Travel back in time with Doctor Who, one of the many classic series coming soon to UK Gold, the new satellite entertainment channel. Radio Times has details of all UK Gold programmes, together with complete weekly listings for all TV, satellite and cable channels.
Remember this? Australians wouldn't give a 4X for any other soap. Vintage Neighbours in a tick on UK Gold.
Mondays on UK Gold, starting with our lunchtime visit to Albert Square at 1 o'clock.
You're out of bloody work! Bleeding shout. Shout about.
Followed at 1:30 by The Bill.
Get him in a car! Put those legs away.
Getting you going, are they?
At 2, a comedy double, George and Mildred. Is there life after Henry? At 3, it's Dallas.
Or a Ewing. We should have got hitched a long time ago. Now, listen here, little brother. It was a dumb, stupid trick!
At 4, it's Children's Time, animated action in Defenders of the Earth, followed by the School for the Streetwise, Degrassi Junior High. At 5, it's our final visit of the day to Ramsey Street. It's Neighbours.
Okay!
Followed by that tireless Time Lord Doctor Who and the Daleks. At 6, the Duchess of Duke Street.
Listen, Sovereign. From your future, Sovereign.
An hour of comedy at 7, so...
Watch it.
Thanks, Mildred. And at 7:30, Terry and Jew.
I'm not doubting your strength, darling.
I should think not.
That's followed at 8 by our evening trip down the East End, with more comedy at 8:30.
You never told me you worked for the BBC.
Well, not the kind of thing you want to brag about, is it?
An hour and a half of drama begins at 9 with...
Shoestring.
After that, another chance to catch the bill.
Hello.
Late night comedy begins at 10:30 with Three of a Kind, and you'll be over the moon to see the goodies.
Goodies!
With gripping movie action at 11:30 and the pick of the pops afterwards, that sums up Mondays on UK Gold.
Don't let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere. Angel, come little baby. Look at that sky, life's begun. Nights are warm and the days are young. Come little baby. There's my baby lost, that's all. Once I'm begging you save a little years. Go. Last night they loved you, opening doors and pulling some strings. Angel, come love the baby. Then walk luck and you looked in time. Never looked back, walk tall, act fine. Come love the baby. I'll stick with you, baby, for 1,000 years. Nothing's gonna touch you in these golden back down where you once belonged, in the back of a dream car 20 foot long. Don't cry, my sweet, don't break my heart. Doing all right, you've got to get smart. Wish upon day upon day. I believe, oh Lord, I believe all the way. Run for the shadows, run for the shadows, run for the shadows in these golden years. There's my baby lost, that's all. Once I'm begging you, save a little golden years. Don't let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere. Angel, come love the baby. Run for the shadows, run for the shadows, run for the shadows in these golden years.
Parents, lovers, sons and daughters, in half an hour on UK Gold. Parents, lovers. In just a beat, the bill goes on. UK Gold.
You're gonna throw me right off that ranch.
Relax, honey. You're my wife now. Your family. You.
Halifax with the official switch on of the town's Christmas lights. Hundreds of people braved the cold to watch actress Cathy Starr, alias Nora Batty, do the honours. The TV star, who's appearing in Panto in Halifax, was helped by the town's mayor and a group of school children singing carols. That's all from me for now. Back at 5 to 12.
A brighter but much colder day is expected across the region today with a number of showers. The showers will be most likely in the south of the region this morning and on the Pennines this afternoon, where some of them will be wintry. Despite the sunshine, temperatures will be well down on yesterday's values, reaching 7 degrees centigrade, that's 45 Fahrenheit at best, and in a moderate southwesterly wind, it'll feel quite chilly. Showers will die out this evening to give a dry and clear night with little cloud and a light southwesterly wind. Temperatures will fall to around -1 degree centigrade, that's 30 Fahrenheit, leading to a slight frost by morning. Well, that's the forecast. Now here's a summary of the weather that we can expect today. It should be wintry showers with sunshine and a little colder. Now, live from Leeds, it's the time, the place.
Hello. Alison had to postpone starting a family. Kath wanted to cancel her wedding. What is it that makes lives a misery? Hello, it's 10 o'clock and we are in Leeds. Now, 80% of us have suffered at some time from acne, usually during our teens. But for many people, the agony doesn't end there. Acne afflicts millions of people in Britain, and a survey out tomorrow reveals an unhappy truth that 9 out of 10 people find that their first place of refuge, their family doctors, can turn out to be unsympathetic to their problem. We're going to start off discussing exactly what does acne do to you. Now, I can start with you. Age 12?
Age 12, yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
And you had it for how many years?
12 years before I got rid of it.
Can you tell me what it did to you? I mean, both in terms of what it did to your body and what it did to your emotions.
Well, your body feels a bit like a battleground. You're bombarded with acne, and not just on the face, so you feel that life is dishing out a very cruel dose of pus, and it's just a disgusting mess. But apart from the actual physical side of it, of course, you feel very, like for instance, you wouldn't go on the beach. I wouldn't show my body off to people. I'd always make sure that when I was wearing clothes that they wouldn't show my back or my chest to show any scars that I had. So really just trying to make sure I was covered up all the time and making sure that people didn't know I had acne as much as I could, covering up my face with cream.
But it was arms, legs, all over?
And my stomach as well, and my chest and my back and my legs and arms as well.
And what did your mind feel about this? I mean, as a 12-year-old, 14-year-old, 16-year-old, going to school, learning, doing exams, I mean, what was your emotional feeling?
Yes, well, luckily, I've got a fairly strong personality, and at the beginning, of course, it started off fairly mild, but it got worse as I got older. So I think I had time to get used to it in a funny sort of way.
You coped?
I did. I coped very well, I think, but there was times when I would just break into tears and perhaps refuse to go out for the evening because I just felt that my face was too spotty and I couldn't face people.
You couldn't bear the thought of other people looking at you and maybe sniggering.
That's right. That's right. I was approached several times in nightclubs by people who said to me, "Oh, your face is a bit spotty, isn't it?" And
Yes, that's very helpful, isn't it? Can I ask you? Not 12 years, but less than that, isn't it?
About 18 months ago, really. That I got married in July this year, and 3 months before that, it was very severe. I wanted to cancel the wedding.
Now, what made it so severe that you wanted to cancel the wedding? I mean, I presume you were in love. You wanted to get married. Were you just appalled at the way you looked?
You want to look beautiful on your day, and I couldn't walk down the aisle with big red blisters and scabs on my face. It was only on my face.
But they were getting worse, weren't they?
Yeah,
all the time.
It was awful. But luckily, it did clear up, and I got married as planned.
But when you looked in the mirror in the morning to put your makeup on in the morning, you thought, hell, what in the hell can I do?
It was awful.
Did you basically want to give her sympathy and a cuddle, or were you beginning to think, heck, I don't know what to do about this, she is looking so...
Well, I just tried to help her out. I was going to marry her with spots or without spots. You know what I mean? Didn't make any difference.
So you wanted it, but she was getting to a despair situation where she was almost pulling.
Yeah. Like it comes to a point like we were nearly not going out because of the spots. Because you don't want to go out to meet people.
People don't know how to react when you've got spots. If you had a broken leg, people would sign your pot and they'd, you know, how did you do that? But when you've got spots or something on your face, like all my friends were very supportive, but even they didn't know how to say. Even when my skin was clearing up, they didn't like saying, "Oh, your skin's getting better," because they didn't like to mention the fact that I had acne.
I think it's your fault that you have acne.
I'd like to know who else. I'd like to know what it does to you. Who else? What does it do to you? You still got it?
I'm just getting over it at the moment.
How many years have you had it?
From my late teens till now. I'm 30 now, about 12 years.
Yeah.
And it changed my character altogether. From being a sort of lively teenager, I changed to want to stop in the house and not go out. And some on bad days when it flared up, not even want to go to the shop or things like that. And I had these like huge golf ball size infections.
What, round your throat? I mean, they're going down now, aren't they? But they were much bigger.
That I've had to have surgery on them sometimes. They've been quite huge things.
So it was red, inflammation, swelling, I mean, making your face look totally wrong, even to the point that they had to do surgery to try to make it look more acceptable.
Well, no, surgery has been to the lens to relieve the pressure on some of these infections, and it's now left me with this scarring.
I mean, I know there was one man who actually couldn't come here today who was in such despair that he virtually locked himself in a room for 6 months because he didn't want anybody to see him because of the very unhappy situation he was facing. I mean, who else does what else in terms of acne? Yeah?
I started acne when I was 9.
And it lasted how many years?
I'm 30 and I only just got rid of it last year.
So you had it 20 years?
Yeah, I had it right through my teenage years, and I wouldn't go out, I wouldn't mix, I wouldn't go to discos, I wouldn't go out with friends, because I felt dirty. People treated you as if you were dirty, unclean, and it was something that you avoided.
I mean, were they literally rude to you?
Oh yes, people don't go near her, you might catch it.
But how could they say unclean? I mean, were they working on the assumption that your skin was going wrong because you weren't having the sense to wash yourself?
That's right, and it
They thought you were being lazy and not helpful, and you should be doing something.
Yeah, acne was dirt, that's all it was, yeah.
I think the case is like that you feel that more yourself than a lot of people think that.
Yeah. Lady over there.
Yes, I found that when I first got acne, I was probably about 16, had it for a couple of years, then it seemed to clear up. And I started again I'm now 40, I've had it for about 6 years, and I spent a fortune on, in department stores, buying probably the best thing you can buy for cleaning your skin, and people think that if you have acne you don't cleanse your skin properly, and it was only when I went on a course of antibiotics that it's cleared up.
But meantime, people were saying, oh, she ought to go and buy something in the chemist shop.
Yes, she wears too much makeup. She's not cleaning her makeup off properly because she's got spots.
Can I ask the young man there?
Yes.
When did you get it?
When I was 15 years old.
So how many years now have you had?
3 years ago. And at first it came on my forehead, and like I went to the chemist buying everything you could buy to get it over the counter, and nothing worked. And I went to see my GP and everything, but nothing was done. I'm seeing a specialist now, but it was horrible going to school because people in schools don't understand, and they can just joke and make fun of you saying you don't get washed properly, and it affected my social life totally. I didn't like going out places or anything like that.
So the kids in the class were mocking you?
Yes, a lot. It was horrible. I hated going to school. Some days I wouldn't go.
Were they not only mocking you, but deliberately trying to sit away from you, sort of to leave you on your own desk and stay away?
Yeah.
Because they thought you might
infect them. If I had an infection,
them.
yeah. If I was infected by something that's really, really dangerous.
Did you have rows with them?
Yes.
But who won? They did?
They did, because it's all sticking together all on one.
Can I ask, really, I mean, agony aunt, as everyone knows, how many people per week contact on this front? Is it a huge number?
I've, over the years, heard from thousands and thousands suffering from acne. I mean, I think it's a terrible blight on people's lives of all ages. I mean, I think people people confuse teenage spots and acne, and actually it is not the same. And so I don't just hear from teenagers. I mean, I do hear from teenagers with spots, but then also I hear from people with acne, ranging from the teenage years right the way through. I mean, I took a letter yesterday from a woman in her 30s, and it can go on into the 40s. And people suffer tremendously with it because we've been hearing today, people say they feel as though they're treated as dirty, almost as if they're others like lepers, social lepers people feel. And I get very, very depressed letters because they stay in, they don't feel able to socialise, and it has a lasting detrimental effect on their ability to make relationships, particularly with the opposite sex, because just at that time, when people are making those sort of relationships and going out and sort of learning from that, they actually are stuck in, or they don't feel able to make those relationships. And it's very hard, and it sets them back a decade.
I imagine there must be a sort of very sudden change of threshold, because presumably when they start, they think, oh, I've got a skin rash. And that isn't too depressing. I mean, they think, it'll go in time.
Right, and they buy all the preparations from the chemist, think that's going to
And it's when after sort of months have rolled by, they suddenly begin to think, it's not that, it's something much worse. And presumably that's the moment when they go into a great depressed state.
And they feel marked. I mean, it's a why me. I mean, it's a really bad, I mean, they feel picked out for some particularly awful blight, which they're then going to have to try and live with, because they find it very difficult, I think, generally, to get sympathetic understanding and treatment.
Yeah. Yes.
Can I back up something that Deirdre said about the age range? I'm a doctor. I was in general practice for 10 years. During that time, I started treating people homeopathically, which is what I now do full-time. But something that's becoming more and more obvious is that the age range for acne is actually increasing. It isn't any longer a problem that you have in your teens when your hormones are a little bit disturbed. It does go on for years in many people, and it isn't unusual to see people in their 40s and 50s suffering very badly with a skin problem.
When did you get it?
14. I'm now 52. I'm still suffering. I've spent pounds and pounds, and I've just learned to live with it now.
I mean, if I may say so, you don't look as if you've got it.
No, I've got the pot marks, if you're close up, at my back. I get attack on my back now. My son now is following in my footsteps, you know.
Does it depress you?
Not now, because I live with it, but in the past I felt like a guinea pig. Try this, try that, try the other, and they've never got to the bottom of it.
Young man beside you, when did you get it?
When I was 14.
Now, I was saying that there was a threshold. For some time you can feel, oh, it's just spots.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you realise it's worse. Did you find that, you know, as the months rolled by, you suddenly went into a depression factor that you hadn't expected to be in?
Yeah.
When?
After about 2 years.
You suddenly realised that what you thought was spots which would come and go.
Yeah.
Where, is it everywhere, or is it just on your face?
It was everywhere, but at the moment it's just on my face. And at the moment, you know, it's really bad when I have a shave, because there's, catch one, there's blood everywhere. You know,
it's looking to me as if it's clearing a bit, if I may say so.
Well, that's thanks to this lotion that I'm starting to use. But when I went to my doctor to ask for it, he'd never heard of it. He ended up having to look through his books, couldn't find it, and then he rang a chemist up to find out what it was.
And it was you who had to push him?
Yeah.
Well, let me go, if I may, to our consultant dermatologist in this matter. And I've got the foolish, simple question is really, what is acne, but also, what isn't acne? Because I think for some people, it may look the same, but it's totally different.
Right. Acne, as we've heard, is an extremely common problem. Every youngster has some spots. And in some individuals, of course, the problem can last, as we've heard, well into the 30s and 40s. But 20% of this group will have what we would all call very troublesome clinical acne. But nevertheless, even some of those youngsters with relatively mild acne, which many people may not think as acne, are still very depressed by it. So really, it affects a very sizable number of the community. It's basically a hormonal problem. You need hormones to develop acne. And around puberty, what happens...
Got nothing to do with germs or bacteria?
Yes, it has. What happens around adolescence is the hormones come in and make the grease glands big. And all of us require and have on our skin certain bacteria. But if you're producing more grease because of these glands misbehaving in the skin, these bacteria misbehave. Acne is not infectious. Acne really is simply a question of your skin glands and your bacteria misbehaving, producing the blackheads, the whiteheads, the red spots, the pussy spots, and if big enough, it will produce the scarring which you've seen in some of our group today.
But if two people, one with and one without, rub together for any chance, there's no way the infection will pass from one to the other.
No
it's
way
an infection which comes from within the body.
No, it doesn't come from within. You can't pass it around the body yourself, and you can't pass it to anybody. You really just need a bit of skin, or sometimes a lot of skin, producing a lot of grease, which makes your normal bacteria misbehave. So it's not infectious, but you do need those bacteria, which we all have. Yeah. But if you've got acne, then those bacteria on your skin are misbehaving. But you can't catch it at all.
And Eileen, if I can move on to you as a psychologist, I mean, you've already heard people having the emotional despair. Do you think that is widespread?
Yes, I think the sense of stigma, which we've heard described today, the sense of being stigmatised by other people and stigmatising yourself is very widespread. Acne at its worst, or even acne anyway, is a sort of disfigurement. And you can hide other parts of yourself, but you can't hide your face. And that's why people feel that they have to withdraw and have to hide away. And it can lead to people have talked about feeling depressed, feeling anxious. An enormous amount of stress around it, which is a lot to do with other people's responses, the feeling that you can handle it, you know, it's your fault, you haven't kept clean, you could do something to make it better. The sense we've talked about of it being infectious.
I mean, it seems to me that living with spots, okay, is a very unhappy situation, but it's something they can learn to do until they see other people sniggering at them, or whatever. And that must be when they begin to say, yeah, can't stand it.
That's right. It's other people's reactions that can provoke a lot of anxiety and problems, and especially in your teenage years when you rely on other people to tell you that you're all right and you're acceptable. And so the stress that affects families and affects everybody around it is very high.
Yeah. Yes.
At one point, which is very important, if you've got acne, you've got greater difficulty in getting jobs. For example, there are many companies will not appoint you if you've got acne. The armed forces will not accept you if you've got acne.
Who here has... Could you not get a job?
Oh no, I've never had acne, but I do treat acne.
And do you know
And
people who
I find
can't get jobs?
a lot of teenagers that cannot get jobs because of this problem. They say, who wants to sit opposite me in an office or in a factory looking at my skin condition?
So a teenager applying for a job who might be very bright but doesn't look very good can be ousted for another teenager who isn't as bright but looks okay.
Yes.
And that's also
I find that amazing.
That's also because you lack confidence. It's not just that other people are turned away from you, it's the fact that you lack confidence yourself in expressing yourself and putting yourself forward.
Is there anyone here who has actually been in that difficult situation? Have you?
I went for apprenticeship and they said, yes, you know, it's all right to come, but what's all them spots on your face? That were from a grown-up man, you know. I were a 15, 16-year-old youth at the time.
I was staggered. I mean, I had letters. The first letter I had from a young man who said he couldn't get into the armed forces, which, I mean, that had been his life's ambition to do that. I couldn't believe you were turned down for acne. I mean, the justification is apparently that you have to do training with camouflage on. I mean, it seems crazy to me.
He wanted to become a soldier and he was told you may not become a soldier because of your tatty skin. I mean, it wasn't said quite that way.
That was it.
Quite often, you won't be told that you're not getting a job because you have spots on your face. You sometimes never find out. I went for a cabin crew interview when I had my acne, really when it was fairly bad. And I remember wearing a polo neck to try and cover up my neck and lots of makeup and feeling as good as I could, but knowing all the time I felt more vulnerable than people around me. And I feel I didn't get the job because of it. In fact, I wanted to ask them, but I knew that they would never tell me.
So the last, even if you tried to say it, they'd have said, oh no, nothing to do with that.
That's right, they can make a number of excuses.
I think I want us to try to move on into the cure situation. Now, because I know that there is one, the most important cure is also the most dangerous, and I think that's something we've got to get out. Would you like to tell us about the difficult ladder people have to climb to solve their problem, and what it can do to a woman if there is any danger of her being pregnant?
One message is very clear. Acne these days should be a very treatable disorder. We have lots of treatments which, if used in the right way, will get everybody better. Scarring, on the other hand, is difficult to treat, and that's another story, unfortunately. So one message is get the acne treated early.
Because otherwise your skin might be scarred for life.
Precisely. So if you've got the problem, get treated early. There are some preparations which are available over the chemist counter, which for mild acne will help. One such product is called benzoyl peroxide, B-E-N-Z-O-Y-L-P-E-R-O-X-I-D-E.
And that's a chemical from a chemist shop which can work
in the mild forms. But if after, the other message to get over is acne is a slow responding disorder. Rarely do you get an overnight cure. You've really got to persevere with the treatment for a minimum of 2 to 3 months. And if you're using something which at the end of 2 or 3 months is not working, then it's very important indeed that you do go and see your general practitioner. He will, sorry? Yes.
So, well, it's only, I want to get into the general practitioner discussion after the break. What I really want to get out is this...
This magical drug.
Yes, the hugely important drug, which can also be desperately dangerous unless it's done correctly. I think people have got to know about that.
Basically, this is an absolutely super drug for acne. It's something we've worked a lot on, and we've now treated over 2,000 patients here in Leeds. It is called isotretinoin. It is only available, and quite appropriately so, from a dermatologist. So there's very good and strict control in the United Kingdom, and this is how it should be. It works brilliantly in acne because it affects all the major factors that cause acne. So it simply wipes out the disease, and we've never, ever had a failure. But there's another big but, is you only need to take the treatment for 4 months, and then after the therapy, there's about a 75% chance you will never need any more tablets again. You may need some lotions, but you'll reduce the acne from really severe to very little. But it does have side effects.
Yeah.
The major side effect is, in fact, it can damage an unborn baby. But really, this is not a real problem. It's no more dangerous than driving a car, because we in the medical profession and the company who make it very clear to the lady that she must not become pregnant. So first of all, we discuss it. We make sure she's fully aware of contraceptive procedures. We will do a pregnancy test a few days before giving the therapy. We then get her to sign a consent sheet form so that we have got a record that we've discussed it. The leaflet that we also give her, and the one provided by the company, emphasises that thou must not become pregnant when on the treatment and for 4 weeks after stopping the therapy. And it's also very clear on the pamphlet that the patients get from the pharmacist.
But let me just, I mean, in the very unlikely circumstance that by mistake, perhaps, that patient does become pregnant, then the treatment she is getting can actually malform the child,
That's right.
and there has to be an abortion.
That's right, there has to be an abortion, and I'm glad to say we've had no problems here in Yorkshire. And there's been very, very few cases in the United Kingdom.
But it can happen.
It can happen, but if you look at it in terms of risk-benefit, it is a magnificent drug, and really in no way would I allow that factor stopping me prescribe the therapy.
Well, that's an important scenario. It obviously is a very important drug, a very useful drug, but the big problem, don't under any circumstances be pregnant when taking it, because that could be the nightmare. Now, it's not just the patient who suffers, acne can affect the family too. I'm going to be meeting the Walkley family here after the break.
Oh, what's this?
Looks like the Piccadilly line to me.
Go haywire with the Haywoods.
Oh, hello. Good evening, sir. I thought you'd retired.
No, I felt a bit peckish.
Ah, perhaps a Kingsmill sandwich.
Yeah, why not?
Honey roast ham and mustard.
Oh, no, no.
A rare beef and horseradish.
Well, I don't
Oven baked the traditional way, using only top-grade flour, Kingsmill is Britain's favourite premium loaf.
A smoked turkey and green salad.
How about cheese and pickles?
Yes, I can heartily recommend it, sir.
Kingsmill, the loaf that's better bread.
Brussels. I ask you, what would Christmas be without Brussels?
For Christmas, Woolworths is right up your street.
Yes! A 12-pack of Heineken lagers for $6.99.
Santa's down at Children's World. Ho, ho, ho. But wrap up snug and cosy, mind. Snow, snow, snow.
Jeremy here hasn't taken any Benylin, Britain's #1 selling cough medicine, so he won't be about for a while. Benylin, what a relief for everyone.
Duplo Playhouse, building fun.
A second bomb has exploded in the centre of Manchester this morning. The first went off near the Kendall's department store in the Deansgate area. 6 people were reported injured and several large buildings were damaged. A second blast has just been reported. It's said to have been in the Arndale Centre. No casualty details are available yet. Our next scheduled summary is at 5 to 11.
Does your baby cry all the time? Are you nearly at your wit's end trying to cope? What effect does a crying baby have on your life and relationships? Are you embarrassed and think that you've failed? Or maybe you've come through it and have advice for other parents? Please call The Time, The Place now on 0891 700 145.
everyone in this city in Leeds wants to express their sympathy for Manchester, and I think also it's essential that cities and towns the length and breadth of Britain, everywhere, try, if possible, to keep their eyes open for that kind of situation. But by God, it's bloody difficult to discover. Sorry, but I think it was necessary to say that. I'm going to be talking to the walkers in a moment, but first, those of you out there who have any questions, whether it's for yourself or for your family, about the acne problem, we've got a number we can give you so that you can call for help or for information, and that number is going to be up on the screen for the rest of this programme, so jot it down and use it if you want to. What I'd like to say is, your daughter has got acne. She doesn't look as if she has, but we know she has. And I think what I really want to know is, what does that do to a family in that situation? Because, well, you tell me.
Well, really, there's a lot of stress, strain and jealousy, would you believe? Jealous from the point of view that Rebecca's younger sister, 15, I mean, she eats all sorts of things, chocolates, but we know it's nothing to do with diet. I mean, go on.
I mean, like, with this resentment among the family because I feel that because I've had them, she should have them as well. You know, I mean, it sounds stupid, but it causes problems like that.
But does she, knowing that you've got acne, sort of look down her nose at you and have rows with you, or what?
On occasions, if she feels that she wants to make a point, or I've done something to annoy her, she might bring the subject up. Oh, I haven't got spots and you've got spots, sort of thing.
And really, Rebecca tried to take care of her skin. She's on some good treatment now. It puts a lot of stress on the family from the point of view, you don't like to see your children hurt. Margaret, my wife,
dressed up, she went to a ball in Harrogate and she very bravely wore an off-the-shoulder dress with all her acne showing, and tried to cover it with her hair. And it's painful for us watching her get dressed up, and she's a pretty girl going out with this obvious...
But you did have the guts to think, to hell with it, I may have the spots, but I'm going to have fun, which I think, which I salute you for. I think that's right.
I mean, I'd had it since I was 11 years old. I got a lot of hassle about it when I was younger, but now, I mean, I just learnt to live with it.
Yes, we had to go to school because of the bullying.
They were bullying her, which caused problems. I mean, right at the beginning, there was rows within the family because my father then thought that it was because I wasn't washing, so that caused problems.
Oh, Dad.
So I got on to be wife, you know.
So you, like others, I mean, one mustn't...
I thought it was dirt.
Yes, one mustn't point an accusing finger at you, because so many people think that, don't they?
That's right.
That's some of the myths.
I mean, I was accused that she's eaten too many greasy foods, chips, chocolates, just like a sister, who who hasn't got one single spot at all. But there was lots of jealousy there and lots of stress.
So it took time before you were able to recognise the situation and calm down and become helpful rather than slightly naughty.
That's true.
It wasn't until we actually got sent to the specialist that it was realised how important it really was.
But we were going to our normal...
push then to get to see a specialist. Our first GP wouldn't
3 years treating
take much notice.
Then we actually changed practices and they referred us to Dr. Cunliffe, who's been absolutely brilliant.
Well, let me, if I may, move to Pembroke, because talking about doctors and Dr. Cunliffes and specialists and ordinary GPs, you have got a survey which has been done by your organisation, which is being published tomorrow?
That's right, yes. We had a very long survey done from all our members.
Of all the sufferers of acne?
In fact, they took it from about 1,000. And 97% of those that actually consulted their GP, only 3% found any sympathy whatever.
So
which
your
I think
survey...
is a dreadful indictment on our GPs.
Are you saying that your survey therefore has delivered a very nasty comment on GPs? Has said that they're incompetent?
Absolutely, but we weren't surprised because our application forms and membership forms which we sent out, I mean, I was seeing this all the time, and every time I saw it, it amazed me. And this is why we went in to have the survey done.
Do you think the people who were suffering from acne were angry about the GPs and turning their noses up at them because they thought they were incompetent, or was it because they felt their acne wasn't being cured and they had to be angry with someone?
No, I think they wanted help from their GPs, and they weren't angry at themselves, but they were angry, I think, at their GPs for not being able to give them something they felt they were probably entitled to, and it was there waiting for them if only they would give it to them. But so often, I'm afraid, doctors don't even prescribe the products because they don't know they're there.
And said you've got spots, go away?
Oh yes, quite often. It'll go away. When you get older, they'll disappear.
When you have a baby.
Yes.
Well, sat next door to you, understandably, is a GP. That survey is being published tomorrow, but clearly already...
We're friends, really.
Already the details of the pessimism towards GPs has come out on this programme.
I think it's very sad from what has been heard this morning and from the survey, that obviously patients feel that they're not getting a good deal from the general practitioners. And I think you have to also remember that as GPs we have to know a bit about everything. Now, some of us are better informed than others. Nevertheless, I suppose we should perhaps listen to our patients more thoroughly than we do sometimes. But you've got to also remember that if you have a surgery full of patients and suddenly come in with spots, you may minimize that problem. I'm not saying that's right, but that's a human failure, because if you have other more pressing problems, then you say, oh yes, just spots. And perhaps a lot of doctors would view it like that. What I would say to the patients is, if it is affecting them emotionally, I think they should press the GP and say, look, it's affecting my life, it's affecting my job prospects, I want to have some treatment. If the GP doesn't know how to treat, then they should refer to a dermatologist.
So where a patient at the GP feels the GP isn't frankly being very helpful, what the patient should be doing is saying, look, I want to go to a specialist, and don't, for goodness sake, I have the right to demand that of you, let me go.
Yeah, I think I have to say that if the GP feels that he's not competent in treating the condition, then I think the patient has the right to be referred to somebody who knows, to Dr. Cunliffe or whoever the dermatologist is. But having said that, I think a lot of the dissatisfaction from the patients, it may be that there has not been the communication. As Dr. Cunliffe said, that we must impress on patients that the acne will not be cured overnight. They have to be patient. Doctors have to instruct on the patients how to put on the applications, how to take the medication, and that they must take it for at least 4 months before there's some improvement.
But coming back to her statement, she still feels some of the doctors don't try hard enough.
They look upon it as spots, I'm afraid, sometimes, and nothing more serious than that.
Can I ask you what you felt about the GP you went to?
Oh, I had dreadful experience with GPs, but I was just going to say that my 11-year-old son is now starting the same as I did, and I literally frog marched up to the doctors and said, I am not prepared for my son to go through what I went through, do something now.
That's right.
And it's only by doing that, he started, and they're going, it's lovely.
Can I hope that someone here feels that the GP they went to was first class, helpful, wonderful, and worked with them?
I was at one GP for 3 years, he didn't do anything, but we moved to another GP for other reasons, and as soon as we got there, she looked at my face and said, this has to be sent to a
immediate
specialist.
referral.
So you immediately found, I mean, you had one bad one and you found a good one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, young man?
I was going to my doctors for about 1.5 years with my acne, and for the first year, he was saying all the time, I kept on going constantly, and all he would say, he gave me a cream and he just says, use this, there's nothing I can do, it's teenage spots, and it'll go in a couple of years. And after about a year, I just changed doctors, and within about a month of seeing my new doctor, they put me on a treatment which didn't work, so they sent me to Dr. Cunliffe, which now I'm receiving treatment.
We're running out of time. What would you recommend people should try to buy in an ordinary chemist shop, if there is anything worth buying in an ordinary chemist shop?
If the acne is mild, benzoyl peroxide.
That's all right.
That's okay. But if it's not working, quickly get to your GP. If he's not helping, quickly get to a dermatologist. And the big message is treat acne early, because there's lots of treatments we all have which can help enormously. We really got to minimise the scarring, and the only way of doing that is get on with the treatment early to help the physical and psychological problems associated with acne.
Can I end the programme with a good news story? This young lady got out the other side after 12 years.
Yes, yes.
And tell them.
Well, I'm 5 months pregnant now, so it was possible to have everything.
and obviously that pregnancy occurred after you'd gone through all that difficult treatment.
Yep.
And when it was all over, you thought, whoopee.
Yeah.
So, 4 months away from being a mum. That's all we've got time for today. We'll be back with you tomorrow. In the meantime, over to This Morning.
Thank you, Mike. Enjoyed that. Now, how do you know that the baby you took home from hospital is really yours? Every parent's nightmare has come true for 2 families in Southampton.
But as they face an agonising wait for a fortnight, we'll be asking how you can make sure that it doesn't happen to you.
Clive Betts wants the group to intervene because BT says they're not entitled to compensation as the fire was out of Telecom's control. The arson attack at the telephone exchange in Woodseats left 13,000 people cut off for up to 10 days. Mr. Betts says many Sheffield firms lost orders as a result and private customers suffered serious inconvenience. Fishermen from our region are joining colleagues from all over the country for a protest in Edinburgh today. It's being timed to coincide with the European Community Summit. They're angry at the government's Sea Fish Conservation Bill, which skippers claim will restrict the number of days British vessels spend at sea. Trawlermen say foreign rivals get a better deal from their governments. That's all from Calendar for now. Do join me for our next bulletin at 5 to 12.
Now the weather. All parts of the region will be cloudy throughout the day and some rain is likely at any time. The rain will become more widespread for a time this afternoon and some heavier outbreaks are expected to affect Pennine areas. It will be very mild with a high this afternoon around 12 degrees centigrade, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. But west to southwesterly winds will increase to become strong in the afternoon. In the evening the rain will start to move away as dry weather with broken clouds spreads from the north. Clear spells overnight will allow temperatures to fall to a low of 2 degrees centigrade, 36 degrees Fahrenheit, as the winds veer northwesterly and ease. That's the forecast. Here's the summary. Now, John Stapleton is in Leeds for the time, the place.
Christmas is almost here, but the good cheer will pass these people by. What's it like facing the festive season on the breadline? Good morning, the time is 10 o'clock, the place the city of Leeds. This survey will be published this weekend and it reveals that tens of thousands of families will be having anything but a Merry Christmas. The report by the National Children's Home reckons the average spend on presents, food, travel and so on is about £500. For many people, though, that figure is simply out of the question. It's more likely to be egg and chips than roast turkey, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a real prospect for you.
Yeah.
You are married, or your partner Eugene is alongside you.
Mm-hmm.
You have two lovely children who I've met.
Yeah.
Why are you in such dire straits?
Well, our benefit situation is a case of we received £78.99 per week, working it out on a fortnightly basis as we get it, brings it to £157.98p. Out of that we have electric, £25 per fortnight, gas, £40 per fortnight, TV stamps, telephone stamps, nappies for the baby. What's left goes to shopping. I just couldn't, you know, it's a case of, do I provide something to eat for the children or do I provide them a toy? 2 weeks ago we actually lived on egg and chips so that I could go and buy the children one toy each that would be decent, that wouldn't break within 5 minutes.
Why did you get them?
From the Argos. One was £19.99 for Joseph and the other was £23.99 for Faye.
And that's it?
That is it.
Yeah.
Completely it.
And for that you'd survived on egg and chips for a week?
We had to, yeah.
You're in this situation and you're on this level of benefit because you're out of work, Eugene.
Yeah.
You're a farmer, or you work on the farms. There's not been any work?
No.
Nothing at all. You stay at home to look after the children?
Yeah.
You have worked?
Oh, yes.
In the past?
Yeah.
But you don't feel able to now you've got the children? Because obviously you'd have to get someone to look after them anyway. Right. It's a pretty rotten existence, isn't it?
Very, yeah. Some mornings I get up and I think, my God, you know, what are the kids going to have for dinner? You know, yesterday we actually went without a meal all day so that the kids could have scrambled egg for breakfast, spaghetti on toast for dinner and beans on toast for tea.
There'll be people watching this programme saying, but, yeah, come on. She's got a nice jacket on. I bet they go out. I bet they smoke. I bet they drink.
No, we don't.
None of that?
No, we do not.
No. So what will Christmas Day be like for you?
At the moment, the prospects of it are very...
Voices. Hi, Kid Jensen here.
Hi, everyone. This is Tony Prince.
What's your face in the place shaking the tail for the child?
And it's your DJ BA, Barry Aldous, at the microphone. It's great to be with you once again, Top 20 Tuners.
Luxembourg! Hear complete shows from Luxembourg legends like Bob Stewart, Stuart and Ollie, Tony Prince, Dave Christian, Kenny Everett, Barry Aldous, Roscoe, Kid Jensen, and many more.
Station of the 80s, Radio Luxembourg.
It's all here via satellite and 1440 kilohertz. Yes, the great 208 is back.
We've come to the end of our programs in English for this morning.
Join us from 1 a.m. on the 30th of December until 12 midnight for the greatest day broadcast in Radio Luxembourg history, as we say a fond farewell and thank you.
From my head to my feet, yeah.
Page here, final few minutes of my show here on Radio Luxembourg, and here's Janet Jackson, When I Think of You.
This almost became the second flashpoint.
Janet Jackson, When I Think of You. Well, that's it. That's it from me, Mark Page, here on Radio Luxembourg on the final day of Radio Luxembourg. And I'll tell you where I am on one or two other radio stations here and there. Radio Air FM in Leeds. You can catch me on there. During the week, doing the breakfast show nice and early on the BBC Night Network on BBC Radio's Cumbria, Newcastle and Cleveland on a Friday night, and Radio Cleveland on a Sunday morning, and around the world on BFBS Forces Radio. So you'll have to mess about a bit there just to try and avoid me altogether. So thanks for listening to me shows here on Luxembourg. It has been brilliant. And all I can say is... Bye-bye now.
Anytime, any day, you can hear the people say that love is
people will find a way to go no matter what the man says. Our love is fine for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man said. So won't you listen to what the man said? He said, indeed, we know that people will find a way to go no matter what the man said. Love is fine for all we know. For all we know, our love will grow. That's what the man said. So won't you listen to what the man said? He said, you listen to what the man
Great 208, the rock and roll swing inspiration of the stars. Yeah.
After 59 years at the top, Radio Luxembourg is saying goodbye. Our last day of broadcast will be the 30th of December.
Radio Luxembourg.
Relive the voices.
Hi, Kid Jensen here. Hi, everyone. This is Tony Prince.
Put your face in the place, shaking the tail for the child.
And it's your DJ BA, Barry Aldous, at the microphone. It's great to be with you once again, Top 20 Tuners.
Luxembourg. Hear complete shows from Luxembourg legends like Bob Stewart, Stuart and Ollie, Tony Prince, Dave Christian, Kenny Everett, Barry Aldous, Roscoe, Kid Jensen, and many more.
Station of the 80s, Radio Luxembourg.
It's all here via satellite and 1440 kilohertz. Yes, the great 208 is back.
We've come to the end of our programs in English for this morning.
Join us from 1 a.m. on the 30th of December until 12 midnight for the greatest day broadcast in Radio Luxembourg history, as we say a fond farewell and thank you.
Radio Luxembourg.
Radio Luxembourg saying goodbye and a fond farewell with more of our Luxembourg legends. Now to the #1 Mr. and Mrs. team in radio. It's time for Stuart and Ollie Henry.
My friends, my name is Stuart Henry.
So glad you could join us. Hi there, I'm Ollie Henry.
Now, what we're about to let you hear is an example of the kind of show that we present every Saturday on Radio Luxembourg.
In the studio each week, we are joined by a number of rock and pop stars, although music need not always be the calling card.
No.
Because we also chat to film stars, film directors, authors, or other personalities in town.
Stuart Stuart and Ollie and Friends. That's the name of the show. And on this edition of it, we're very happy to welcome a guy who's been voted top male singer in Britain for the past 2 years, our good friend Paul Young.
The man who's become very familiar with the #1 slot in both the American and British album and singles charts of late is Phil Collins, and he's with us as well.
We've also got another drummer turned vocalist. This one is American, formerly of the Eagles, now with a successful solo career. Don Henley is here too.
You know, we all, it seems, have an insatiable curiosity about the biggest pop phenomenon of the 80s. You got it, Michael Jackson. And filling us in with some of the colourful details that the press hasn't got hold of is American author Mark Bego, who accompanied the Jacksons on their victory tour and has 2 Michael Jackson books to his credit.
Well, Michael Jackson is the biggest superstar of the 80s, and probably that's indisputable. Undoubtedly, the biggest musical event of the 80s was the uniting together of what's in the entire British music industry to raise money for Ethiopia.
Well, the producer and one of the instigators of the Band Aid single, Do They Know It's Christmas, was the lead singer of Ultravox, Midge Ure, an especially close friend of ours, and he'll be telling us how it all took shape.
One final thing, my friends. Sometimes I feel like we should warn you. It has been known on this program for a guest to arrive with a message.
I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. No summer's high, no warm July, no harvest moon to light one tender August night, no autumn breeze, no falling leaves, not even time for birds to fly to southern sky, no Libra sun, no Halloween, no giving thanks to all the Christmas joy you bring. But what it is, so oh, so new, to fill your heart like no 3 words could ever do. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I just called to say I love you, yeah. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart.
Coming from Gene Wilder's movie,
The Woman in Red.
that's Stevie Wonder with the classic.
I just called to say I love you. And now let's call up our first guest.
Stuart, Ollie and Friends on a Saturday night, and Phil Collins dropping in on the show.
And Phil, we hear that you've got a new album just out. Tell us about that. What's it called?
It's called No Jacket Required.
Oh, good, because we're not dressed up tonight. Nor are you.
I'm sitting here with a coat on, actually. No, it's called No Jacket Required, and the reason you may ask, why No Jacket Required?
I was about to.
Yes, very good question. Shall we ask that?
Why not? Now, the thing is, it's sort of a little dig, rather, at hotel and restaurant managers all over the world, where you pay vast sums of money to stay in their hotels, but they still don't see you fit to eat in their restaurants and drink in their bars unless you've got a suitable jacket. A couple of times it's happened to me. One memorable incident on a Robert Plant tour I did was when I went into a place called the Pump Room in Chicago, which is quite a famous bar, I suppose, so obviously it makes its own rules. But I went in there with a rather expensive leather jacket on, a shirt, tie, trousers, and...
Glad you had the trousers.
Yeah, well, I try and comply with most dress codes.
Yeah.
But I went in there and they said, "I'm sorry, sir, you can't come in here without a jacket on." I said, "Well, I've got a jacket on. What's this?" You know, and they said, "Oh, I'm afraid it's the wrong sort of jacket." So I basically got very mad at this. I mean, I went upstairs to the room and trying to think of hundreds of ways of getting back at this place, apart from burning it down, smashing all the photographs or something. I did none of the above, of course, so I just sort of lived with my anger. But it really annoys me when you do pay a vast amount of money for a room in a hotel, and when you've got a band staying there, you've got about 30 rooms some nights because the crew stay there. And obviously, you know, you're paying a lot of money, and they still, even if you have a tie on, but the wrong type of jacket, they won't let you in, and I just think it's ridiculous.
It's a ridiculously full set of standards and hypocrisy, isn't it?
It
they
seems
take your money, but they don't like who or what you are.
Right. So I think this is for all those hotel managers and restaurant managers all over the world.
Certainly. Listen, the hit single, Susudio, Forgive My Ignorance, but what's it about, Philip?
It's not really about too much to it. The thing is, what I do with most of my lyrics, in fact, I'd say 99% of them, is I try and improvise when I'm writing the song. I do all the demos at home, and the demos become my masters. You know, I take the demo tapes into the studio and then copy them onto 24-track, and then I carry on overdubbing. So the demos are really the things I start off at home, and I always do a couple of guide vocals. And I improvise as much as I can for lyrical ideas and for vocal ideas. And Susudio came up, just a word that I invented off the top of my head, because it was rhythmically right, and it just came out of my mouth, to be honest. And when I came around to writing the lyrics for the song, I couldn't find another word that sort of scanned as well. So I ended up using the word, and then I had to find a meaning for it. And Susudio sounded like it could be a lady's name, so I went with that. So there you go.
Ari Smith changed the studio onto vinyl, and it comes out on the radio sounding distinctly like this.
There's a girl that's been on my mind all the time. Studio. Oh. Now she don't even know my name, but I think she likes me just the same. Studio. Whoa. If she called me, I'd be there. I'd come running anywhere. She's all I need all of my life. I feel so good if I just say the word. Studio. Just say the word. Studio. Now I know that I'm too young. My life has just begun. Studio. Oh, give me a chance, give me a sign. I sure anytime. Studio. Oh, I've got to have a night. so bad, don't know how. She makes me nervous, it makes me scared. I feel so good if I just say the word. So dear. Just say the word. So dear. She's all I need, all of my life. I feel so good if I just say the word. So dear. I'll just say the word. So dear. I'll just say the word. So dear. I'll say the word. Just say the word. Just say the word. Just say the word.
The voice of Phil Collins there, the man they say never sleeps because he enjoys his work so much. You just heard him telling us about how that song came to be called Sussudio.
And Phil Collins, of course, is a drummer turned vocalist, as indeed is Sheila E. and also our next guest.
The man in question, Don Henley, one of the founding members of that legendary 70s Californian group, the Eagles.
And Don Henley is not the only founding member to be enjoying solo success on both sides of the Atlantic. He's coming from the movie Beverly Hills Cop. Glenn Fry is in the charts with this single, called, of course,
Inside your head, on every beat, and the beat's alive, deep inside. The pressure's high, just to stay alive, 'cause the heat is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. What's on the street? The heat is
burning out the airways with his big hit, The Heat Is On.
And tonight on Stu and Ollie and Friends, we're taking it to the limit, because here with us in the studio is Don Henley.
Yes, indeed. One of the founders of the Eagles. Listen, the Eagles, as they went for 10 years, and you were something like 5 American #1s, you must have earned a fair bob or two, money-wise.
Well...
Oh, you're reluctant to say that I'm right.
Yes, well, yeah, we did very well in that department.
Right. What I'm trying to get is, you don't have the motivation of money, you don't have the motivation of success, because both of these you have achieved. What drives Don Henley to keep wanting to create music?
Well, it's the thing I love most in life. It's what I do. It's what I've always wanted to do. I'm still not that old, and I can't just sit down and retire and do nothing.
Well, you could, actually. You could. I mean, many people do. You know, they take the whatever they've earned and go off and sit in the sun and play guitar for their friends.
Well, I have to work. I get that from my father. I'm a workaholic, and I always want to be doing something. And I think I'm going to be making records for a while yet. I'm 37, and I mean, look at the Rolling Stones. They're still going.
Right on,
going strong.
Yeah, sure.
So there's no reason to stop. I think rock and roll is not just for particularly very young men anymore. I think it spans several generations.
Well, thank goodness, yes.
Yeah, I mean, we all got seduced into thinking the rock was for the young, because, of course, it started in the mid-50s, and naturally all the people who started with it were young. But there's no reason why you sort of got to stop age 25 or 30, as the Stones, as the innumerable bands prove.
Yes.
And well, you're proving it too with Building the Perfect Beast. Who produced the album?
We have a team. I produced the album with my partner Danny Korchmar and Greg Ladani, with the same team that produced the first album. I rather like producing now. I've been offered to produce. I've been offered the job of producing several groups, but I haven't really found one that I want to produce yet. But I like producing myself. That's one thing I learned in the Eagles, is how to produce.
And the songs, Don, did they come easily?
Not usually, Stuart. Sometimes they do. The Boys of Summer came very quickly, but that's a rare occurrence. I mean, usually it takes me sometimes a year, as much as a year, to complete a song.
Really, mate?
Nobody on the road, nobody on the beach. Feel it in the air, the summer's out of reach. Empty lake, empty streets, the sun goes down alone. I'm driving by your house, though I know you're not home. But I can see you, your brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back and sunglasses on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. Never will forget those nights. I wonder if it was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy. Remember how I made you scream. Now I don't understand what happened to our love. But babe, I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. I can see you. Your brown skin shining in the sun. I see you walking real slow. Smiling at everyone. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. could never look back. Thought I knew what love was, what did I know? Those days are gone forever. I should just let them go. I can see you. Your brown skin shining in the sun. You got the top pulled down, radio on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone. I can see you. Your brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair slicked back and those wayfarers on, baby. I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone.
And thus, the Muse spoke to Don Henley, and he produced the song that was to become a hit on both sides of the Atlantic for all the girls and the boys of summer.
Now, as we've already mentioned, my friends, it was in the early 70s that Don Henley combined with Glenn Fry to form this band.
On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. As she stood in the doorway, I heard the mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven and this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. Ready a room at the Hotel California. Any time of year, you can find it here. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty, pretty boys she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. So I called up the captain, please bring me my wine. He said, we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. And still those voices are calling from far away. Wake you up in the middle of the night just to hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely place. They're living it up at the Hotel California. What a nice surprise, what a nice surprise when you're alibis. Mirrors on the ceiling, they pink champagne on ice. And she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. And in the master's chambers, they're gathered for the feast. They stab it with their stealing knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Relax, said the night man, we are programmed to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
The Eagles Beatles certainly split up after producing arguably their best ever album.
Recorded in 1977, it is, of course, Hotel California. Now it is time, my friends, for the next guest to check in for the show.
And he's going to be telling us about the man who's broken all the records.
One of the biggest superstars in the world at the present moment in 85 has got to be the young Michael Jackson. I say young, he's only 26. The guy who's written 2 books on Michael Jackson. Mike Vigo is with us tonight on the show.
I suppose, Mark, in a lot of families, if somebody like Michael has such a phenomenal success, one might wonder if the other brothers have any jealousy or resentment of him in the limelight. Is that a fact that crops up in the Jackson family?
They publicly proclaimed that there really is no jealousy, but the fact of the matter is that Michael really is not communicating very heavily with his brothers at the moment. There is a form of jealousy going on. Jermaine Jackson, of course, is receiving a lot of publicity as well, and his record career is doing very nicely this year. The other 4 brothers, however, do not experience that same success, and it'll be curious to see what happens with them. Michael has publicly said that this particular tour that he just completed, the Victory Tour, is the last time that he will be singing with his other brothers. So basically that was their last chance to cash in on Michael's superstar stature.
Yeah, and where did the glove, the famed glove, how did that start, Mark?
Well, Michael really hasn't made any public announcements about it since he started wearing it so exclusively, but I was told by someone in television, the American station MTV, which is the 24-hour music video station, that Michael announced to one of the video jockeys that in a Walt Disney cartoon featuring Donald Duck and his 3 nephews, Huey, Louie, and Dewey, one of the little ducks wore a white glove in one of the cartoons and made the statement, "It only takes one hand to unite the world." So in a way, it does sort of make sense with the rest of Michael Jackson's makeup as far as his credo.
The sound of one hand clapping.
Absolutely.
And Tim Rice.
Well-known comedian, Alexei Sayle, and other names too numerous to mention.
You know, of all the radio shows that Holly and I have done through the years, by far this has been the most exciting, combining as it does the artists together with their music.
It works, and we hope that you find it as interesting and entertaining as do Britain and Europe.
So, from all...
Make a regular date. Make a regular date. With 208. With 208. The ring-a-ding swinging station of the stars. On wonderful Radio Luxembourg. Break, break.
After 59 years at the top, Radio Luxembourg is saying goodbye. Our last ever broadcast will be the 30th of December. Relive the voices.
Hi, Kid Jensen here.
Hi, everyone. This is Tony Prince.
What's your face in the place shaking the tail for the child?
And it's your DJ B.A. Barry Aldous at the microphone. It's great to be with you once again, Top 20 Tuners.
Hear complete shows from Luxembourg legends like Bob Stewart, Stuart and Ollie, Tony Prince, Dave Christian, Kenny Everett, Barry Aldous, Roscoe, Kid Jensen, and many more. It's all here via satellite and 1440 kilohertz. Yes, the great 208 is back.
We've come to the end of our programs in English for this morning.
Join us from 1 a.m. on the 30th of December until 12 midnight for the greatest day broadcast in Radio Luxembourg history, as we say a fond farewell and thank you.
Presenting the sound of Color Radio 69. You can hear these personalities. Tony Prince, Noel Edmonds, Dave Jensen, Paul Burnett, and yours truly, Dave Christian, on 208.
Radio Luxembourg.
It's Radio Luxembourg saying goodbye with yet two more Luxy legends. 1965 was the year. First we have Dave Christian, followed by a newcomer who in those days they called Baby Bob Stewart.
On Radio Luxembourg, 208.
Do you remember a sound from Piggity Witch a few months ago? It went something like this.
You got me so I don't know which way I'll go.
Yeah, that was the one, and this is their brand new and it's in the 208 Sound Survey now.
Feeling, staring at this heart of mine, and telling me that maybe I'm not really over you, and I still get the same old yearning, tearing my heart inside out. Oh, and now there can't be any doubt, I'm still not over you. Oh, I still get the same old feeling.
Make a regular date with 208. The rock and roll swinging station of the stars. You said you never compromise with a mystery trembling his eyes. And out the vacuum of his eyes, as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes, and say, would you like to come on now? Would you like to come up and make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be without a home? Like a complete unknown, with no direction home.
Well, that's it. Bob Dylan and his forthcoming single, Like a Rolling Stone. That's not the finished copy. It's just a demo which we managed to get our hands on here at Radio Luxembourg.
Make a regular date. Make a regular date. With 208. With 208. The ring-a-ding swinging station of the stars.
And we're going to say hello to some people right now. The first off, we're going to say hi to Debbie, Hilary, Sue, Jill, Janet, and Sally. And they're all over there at the Goon Swimming Club. Can you believe it? Okay. The Goon Swimming Club in Kingston.
Tell me, have you ever seen such a colorful magazine? When you read it, you'll agree it's great. It's all in fabulous 208.
Get your double delicious eye makeup. It's free in this week's Fab, and there's more goodies too, like Donny in double-page colour for your April calendar. See Ben Murphy in king size.
Fabulous 208.
And there's personal words from Donny and David. Don't miss Fab fashion and beauty spots, favourite regulars, romantic stories, and Fab's new Luxembourg news feature called the 208 Mirror. It's all there for you in Fab right now, sixpence.
Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous 208.
This is going out to Ron Dixon over there in London, who says, please say hi and happy birthday to Kevin Crowhurst, 10 years old today.
I'm packing up my memories, and I'm gonna move on out of your heart. Turning in my keys, and I'm gonna move on out of your heart. 'Cause there ain't a room enough for two, and sharing your heart with someone new will never do. It's getting mighty crowded. I'm telling you, it's getting mighty crowded. Gonna take these dreams of mine, and I'm gonna move on out. another heart where I can live all by myself. Gonna find myself a heart I don't have to share with nobody else. 'Cause you didn't treat me like you should. You sticking around this neighborhood. It's just no good. It's getting mighty crowded. It's too bad for me. It's getting mighty crowded.
Just another one of those very, very popular lady soul singers from America. Her name's Betty Everett, and that's her first record, as far as I can tell. And it's getting mighty crowded. Who knows? Might even see it in the Tourway Top 30. Later on tonight with Paul Burnett, sitting in for Don Wardell. That's at 11 o'clock, following the Bob Stewart Show. Number 14 this week, from The Who, I Can't Explain.
I feel inside, can't explain, certain kind, can't explain. I feel hot and cold, can't explain. Lay down my soul, yeah, can't explain. I said,
With the yellow pages.
We wouldn't have this trouble if you'd open a cheque account at Barclays.
Would that stop it snowing?
Then you could get Barclays to pay the regular bills for you out of your account by banker's order. Or you could just post a cheque yourself. And your money would be safe in the bank. All you'd need to do is draw enough cash for day-to-day expenses. And Barclays can send you statements to help you keep a record of your spending.
You're right, that's the answer. I'll open an account. I'll do it now. One great final trick. Scott, Hillary, Tenzing, and now me. Farewell.
But Barclays is only on the corner.
Banking means Barclays.
from north to south. I'm a go-day man. They go with someday I'll settle down. Yes, I will. But until then, baby, I'll drift on around. You can see me. I'm a poor boy, in that I'm rich. Got the traveling bug, 7 year rich. I'm a come day, yeah. I'm a go day man. Someday I'll settle down. Yes, I will. But until then, baby, I'll drift on around. You can see me. Well, I'm a poor boy, in that I'm rich. Got the traveling bug, 7 year rich. I'm a come day, yeah. I'm a go day man. I'm a come day, yeah. I'm a go day man. I'm a come day.
That C. Crane there doesn't know whether he's coming or gone. Actually, I'll have you know that I pioneered that record through thick and thin, playing it at every available opportunity, and there it is! Nowhere. Still, never mind. Here's another Christmas calling letter from 73 Lambton Road, Hounslow, Middlesex. Dear Radio Luxembourg, please could Kenny Everett read our Christmas message on Christmas night? Well, it's Christmas night, so here goes. The message is, to everyone on their own this Christmas, and all the Luxembourg DJs from Jill, Sue, Binia, Hillary, and Debbie, Happy Christmas, and love from Jill Smith. P.S. We listen to Radio Luxembourg every night and think it's great. And, of course, you're right. When I what, Elf?
When I said I needed you said you would always stay. It wasn't me who changed but you, and now you've gone away. Oh, don't you know that now you're gone, and I'm left here on my own. Now I have to follow you and beg you to come home.
to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, oh, believe me. Say you love me, just be close at hand. Oh, you don't have to stay forever. I will understand. Oh, he put so much in his song. Oh,
Elvis Presley.
In my mind, I'm gone to Carolina.
Oh, well, ta-ra then. Meanwhile, back on the record.
I think I'm sophisticated cause I'm living my life like a good homo sapien. But all around me, everybody's multiplying and they're walking around like flies, man. So I'm no better than the animals sitting in the cages in the zoo, man. Cause compared to the flowers and the birds and the trees, I am an ape man. I think I'm so educated and I'm so civilized cause I'm a strict vegetarian. With the overpopulation and inflation and starvation and the crazy politicians, I don't feel safe in this world no more. I don't wanna die in a nuclear war. I wanna sail away to a distant shore and make like an ape man. I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man, oh, I'm an ape man. I'm a King Kong man, I'm a voodoo man, oh, I'm an ape man. Cause compared to the sun that sits in the sky, compared to the clouds as they roll by, compared to the bugs and the spiders and flies, I am an ape man. La, 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 la. In man's evolution, he's created the city and the motor traffic rumble. But give me half a chance and I'd be taking off my clothes and living in the jungle. Cause the only time that I feel at ease is swinging up and down in a coconut tree. Oh, what a life of luxury to be like an ape man. I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man, no, I'm an ape man. I'm a King Kong man, I'm a voodoo man, no, I'm an ape man. I look out the window but I can't see the sky. The air pollution is a fucking up my eyes. I wanna get out of this city alive and make like an ape man. La, 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 la. Come on and love me, be my ape man girl, and we'll be so happy in my ape man world. I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man, no, I'm an ape man. I'm a King Kong man, I'm a voodoo man, no, I'm an ape man. I'll be your Tarzan, you'll be my Jane. I'll keep you warm and you'll keep me sane. Sit in the trees and eat bananas all day, just like an ape man. I'm an ape man, I'm an ape man, no, I'm an ape man. I'm an ape man, baby. I'm a King Kong man, I'm a voodoo man, no, I'm an ape man. Oh, that's what I am. I don't feel safe in this world no more. I don't wanna die in a nuclear war. I wanna sail away on this shore. Oh, and be like an ape man.
Oh, la, 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 la. A brilliantly constructed record, beautifully sung, and expertly executed by Dave Davis and the Kings. Actually, I had Dave Davis on the telly show and gave him a golden ear hole.
And lovely it looks on him too.
Do you like it?
Oh yes,
Oh,
I
good.
do like him, you know.
Yes?
Oh, he keeps coming out, doesn't he?
What?
With the hits.
Oh, yes, with the hits, yes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, upon the telly show, the radio, we bring for you a tune of unparalleled deliciousness. We'll hum the first few bars and see if you can join in. Dun, 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 dun.
Everybody's talking at me. I don't hear words they're saying. see their faces, only the shadows of their eyes. I'm going where the sun keeps shining through the pouring rain, going where the weather suits my clothes, banking off of the northeast winds, sailing on summer breeze, and skipping over the ocean like a stone.
That's Harry Nilsson singing his most famous song to date. However, he's done a few albums of equally unparalleled deliciousness, and this is a track from one that was only released in the States, so consider yourselves lucky.
Years ago, a new man, he was my mother's biggest fan. We used to walk beside the sea, and he told me how life would be when I grew up to be a man. And years ago, we used to play. He used to laugh when I ran away, and if I fell and it hurt my knee, he would run to comfort me, and the pain would go away. Years ago, a new boy, he was his daddy's pride and joy, pride and joy. But when the daddy went away, it was such a rainy day that he brought out all his toys. And how the mother did explain, trying to take away the pain, but he just couldn't understand that his father was not a man, and it all was just a game. The years have passed and so have I, making it hard for me to cry. And if and when I have a son, that I'll be said none, let the sadness pass by. My old man is a good man. He does the best that he can.
This record is now playing for all her family, father, mother, brother and sister, and tell Patsy Noel loves her very much. That message is from Noel Stafford of 80 Logan Street, Blantyre, Lanarkshire, Scotland, and a marach him der Sheldons to y'all. And now comes the time for parting, ladies and gentlemen, so here's a little ditty. Now it's time for me to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yes, it's time for me to say have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to all the mums and dads and aunties and kiddies and you and all, don't become too slosh this Christmas, but don't forget to have yourselves a ball. Bye-bye, everybody. See you on New Year's Day. Bye.
The 208 Easy Ride Motor Guide. If you're a motorist listening to the Noel Edmonds Show, don't forget this auto suggestion. Firstly, check your vehicle is in tip-top condition. Secondly, give yourself plenty of time for that journey. And lastly, treat the other chap as an idiot. Remember, defensive driving is the safe way to attack the miles. Happy motoring.
Make a regular day with 208. The rock and roll swinging station of the stars. Yeah, 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 yeah. Kitchenson.
Hello, I'm Kid Jensen. If you've been searching for the perfect New Year's resolution for 1974, consider this, the new 2-liter Porsche 914. It gives you all the things you thought you had to give up in a sports car. Like comfort, there's plenty of headroom and legroom in this new 914, and loads of luggage room. There's 2 trunks, front and rear, that'll hold up to 15 cubic feet. And economy, the kind that delivers up to 23 miles per gallon, which lets you travel over 350 miles on just 1 tank of gas. There's a rough, tough roof that'll also surprise you. If you want to bask in the sun, the roof slips off easily in seconds and stores in the rear trunk with room to spare. But the feature that'll surprise you the most is what this Porsche is most famous for, the unbelievable road balance and handling you get from its mid-engine design and rack and pinion steering. There's virtually no corner or curve you can't straighten out. And with the powerful 2-liter engine that Porsche engineers took over a year and a half to develop, coupled with a 5-speed gearbox, straight roads are something to look forward to. The 1974 Porsche 2-liter. Already, it's a very good year.
Radio Luxembourg.
This is Radio Luxembourg on 15350 shortwave, 208 meters medium wave, 1440 kilohertz AM, and in digital stereo from the Astra satellite. The legendary nighttime service of Radio Luxembourg is broadcasting in English to Britain, Europe, and beyond. Radio Luxembourg, planet Earth's biggest commercial radio station.
Station for the 21st century. Digital satellite stereo. Radio Luxembourg.
Radio Luxembourg.
In the back or in a bar, in the kitchen or in a car, you'll find a great 208. The rock and roll swinging station of the stars. Yeah.
Good evening, Britain and Europe. This is Chris Holmes, and welcome to the final night's broadcast from the Station of the Stars.
Radio Luxembourg 208. Great Britain.
Late Night Luxembourg.
Don't you worry about what's on your mind, oh man. I'm in no hurry, I can take my time, oh man. I'm going red and my tongue's getting tired. Tongue's getting tired. I'm up my head and my mouth getting dry. I better cha-cha-cha, oh man. Let's spend the night together. Now I need you more than ever. Let's spend the night together now. I feel so strong that I can't disguise, oh man. Let's spend the night together, but I just can't apologize, oh no. Let's spend the night together.
Rolling Stones, Let's Spend the Night Together, the first record to kick us off on our final ever broadcast on the Station of the Stars. And this is Chris Holmes here, very proud to be opening up Lux's final night of broadcasting. From midnight tonight in the UK, it will all be over after 59 years of broadcasting to Britain and Europe. Tonight, the current lineup of jocks, Jonathan Miles, Jodie...
Welcome to the circus, John Boy.
Hello. 5 years late, and you're at the wrong airport.
Hostage is a humiliating stripping away of every sense and fiber of body and mind and spirit that make us what we are. Hostage is a mutant creation filled with fear, self-loathing, guilt, and death-wishing. But he is a man, a rare, unique, and beautiful creation. And in that quarter-life existence, with a mind's massive overload, pushing and straining for survival, these men know an awful smothering in the shadows. But because I know them as rich, vibrant, colorful human beings, I know they have also, as has been said by a better man than me, the courage to seek, to strive, to find, and not to yield.
Programmes for Thursday night on Yorkshire, and in Jimmy's, Don Hare prepares for major surgery. Followed by a baffling investigation of a warehouse robbery for the bill.
How much gear are we talking about? 40, 50 grand's worth.
If I'd told Mr. Salter about my record, he wouldn't have given me the job.
You seem to be paying a lot of attention to Peter McCullum. Is it because of his criminal record?
Do you know about that?
I do now.
Taggart's still sizing up an old school friend with a record.
I want a gun, Billy.
This killing at your trademark. The lot.
It's going soft. Not only with George Wilk, but with Jimmy Cattle.
With This Week at 8:30, this is Thursday on YTV.
You won't get an offer like this at Northern Upholstery. At Northern, there are no up-tos, no almosts, and no overs. Simply 3 years interest-free credit on everything. Everything means what it says. Any chair, settee, sofa or suite in any design, colour or fabric. Don't worry about the up-tos, the almosts and the overs. Northern gives you 3 years free credit on everything. With no up-tos, no almosts and no overs, there's nowhere else to go. 3 years free credit on everything at Northern Upholstery now.
These whole wheat flakes with bananas and juicy raisins are delicious.
Excuse me, I think you'll find it's bananas, hazelnuts and apples,
No,
right?
darling, apples and raisins.
Don't you mean coconuts, bananas and hazelnuts?
With Kellogg's Fruit and Fibre, you get a different combination of delicious tastes in every bite.
Trouble in the dining room again, Mr. Hardwick?
Nonsense, Ivy. It's the highlight of their day.
Kellogg's Fruit and Fibre. Never the same bite twice.
It's the start of another day for those Sun Valley chefs. First, they check the ingredients for quality. Then prepare them as only Sun Valley chefs know how. For the tastiest chicken and turkey recipes, they sure know how to doodle-do those birds. Sun Valley.
Where only the best will do.
Friday feeling. You just can't keep it in.
You know, this big old world is one giant riddle. One huge cosmic conundrum. One endless question. Like, why do men have nipples? How come you never get the big bit? Yeah! But above all, how can DHL get a parcel from Wandsworth to Wiesbaden with less hassle than it takes to get to work in the morning?
DHL. You know it's arrived the moment it's sent.
Ever watched the high flyers and wondered if you could be one? You tried, but somehow never seemed to get off the ground. But you could give yourself the chance to win £250,000 every month. Put as little as £100 in premium bonds. And if you don't make a killing, you can always get your money back. Premium bonds from National Savings. Security has never been so interesting.
At the Ponds Institute, women often ask, is younger-looking skin possible? The simple answer is yes. Introducing Performance from Ponds. The triple action moisturizer works naturally with the 3 layers of your skin, helping to protect the surface, replenish, and defend the base layer against UV rays. The results are radiant, and I don't mind seeing them on myself. New Performance Triple Action. No one treats your skin like Ponds.
This is Yorkshire Television. And now the world news from ITN.
David Mellor tells us live why he won't resign. British Aerospace cuts 3,000 jobs. Comet factory closes. Now the speculators attack the franc. Devaluation may be near. French floods, 29 are dead, 40 are still missing. And Gaza scorches back to help Lazio beat his old team. Good evening. Mr. David Mellor, the Heritage Secretary, said tonight his conscience was clear and that he wouldn't be resigning. He talked about a trial of strength with the tabloid newspapers and said he wasn't going to be hounded out of office. Mrs. Judith Mellor told ITN her husband had the fullest support of the people who matter. She said, everyone knows he's the only person who can do the job. Earlier, Mr. Mellor seemed to suggest he might quit if his staying embarrassed anyone, as he put it. I'll be talking to him live in a few moments. First, a report by our political correspondent, Mark Webster, on Mr. Mellor's recent controversial career and the pressure he's coming under to go.
Blooded but most definitely unbowed, David Mellor remains determined to try and ride the storm and stay in office. There's obviously an awful lot of pressure on you at the moment.
No, there isn't a lot of pressure on me at the moment. I'm getting on with doing my job. It's business as usual here, and I'm just going out to carry out a public engagement, and that's what I'm doing.
But some senior Tories are saying that you're now an embarrassment to the party.
I think that that is not the view that I'm carrying.
And what?
But anyway, I'm getting on and doing my job, okay?
But the latest in a stream of newspaper stories.
Still working.
Without a valid tax disc, you could get fined £550. And the joke is, you've still got to buy a tax disc. Get it?
There are all sorts of reasons why more people choose Currys than any other store. Perhaps it's because we stock all the top names at great prices. So whatever you're looking for, you'll find it at Currys. Or perhaps it's because our staff are trained to give you all the help and advice you want.
We've got big savings on Mitsubishi, Toshiba, Sanyo and Philips. You can save £100 on this Philips 25-inch TV with Fastex and sensational NICAM stereo sound. It's now under £500.
That's great.
And with our exclusive Premier service, just call before 10 a.m. if you have any problems, and our service engineers will visit your home the same day.
Currys, you'll like the difference.
A gentleman of elegance.
Tighter grunge, damn no.
A man of finesse. A man of compassion.
Now, Grant, before you say anything, I'd like to point out that this accident did not occur at your normal place of employment.
A man of vitality and vigour.
A short life, but a merry one.
And so say all of us. Tra-la-la! Join Squire Haggard, son Roderick, and trusty retainer Grunge next Saturday at 6:30 on ITV.
Now, half an hour of samples from some classic comedy films wrapped up just for laughs.
Is there something broken?
No, a minor sprain. No harm done.
There was to the car. I think it's a write-off.
Where are you going? Going London?
Yes. It isn't going to show, is it? I have to be so careful about legs in my job. What treatment are you going to give me?
Bandage it and elevate the leg for a few hours. By this evening, you should be fit for anything. Would you like me to drive you up to London?
Would you really?
It's my night off.
Oh, that's marvellous. What a fabulous coincidence. Is this service always included in your treatment,
This
Doctor?
is not treatment, and I'm not your doctor. You belong to the hospital, doesn't she, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Advertising's such a bore, really. I want to give it all I could get into movies.
Oh, you mean be a film star?
Hmm. Well...
Well, I'll speak it out of turn.
But you're still going to give me what for?
Yes, I am. Because, in the end, I was very proud of you. Don't know why, but I was proud that you didn't end up on the streets. And you're risking all that, lovey. What for? I mean, is it just to get one back at Alec or what? It's daft.
I've told you, there's now going on.
What was you doing coming in here in the middle of the night then?
The middle of the night?
Well, gone 11 o'clock. They call that in the middle of the night round here.
Who calls it? Who?
It doesn't matter. You can't go on like that without people knowing. Now, you know you can't.
All right. We called. But he didn't stop. Now, you can believe that or believe it not.
Look, would he have called if he'd not...
What? Giving him some encouragement? All right, maybe I did. All right. But there's now going on, and there's now going to.
Oh, well. I've said my piece. If I've said too much, well...
Oh, well, you have. But I suppose you do have that privilege.
Listen, lovey. If I'm saying anything, I'll say it to you. And to nobody else. Others might be different. Now, come on. Think on. I'm going home.
Look, we can't go, and that's that. You know what it's like at Christmas.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, you drive yourself too hard. You should give yourself little breaks. You know, you've been bad.
Yeah, I might get a bit of a break if certain people around here would start pulling the weight.
Oh, you're still going on.
Look, it's all right propping up other people's counters, and all this Christmas in the Seychelles nonsense.
Who's going to Seychelles for Christmas?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
Would I?
Well, it's not the Seychelles, actually. I mean, that's just him exaggerated. But certain people are going away for Christmas. The owner of a certain local cafe, for one.
Oh, well, I hope she has a good time.
I'll give you your regards. I'm sure she'll be very grateful.
You do that because I mean it. She deserves to have a good time. It's not easy being on your own at Christmas. I happen to know that.
Oh, who says she'll be on her own? I mean, just because you and Alfie and all you businessmen can't find the time, that is the advantage, you see, of being a school teacher. You get your holidays.
It seems that your ex and my ex are going somewhere nice to fill each other's stockings.
Well, I still hope she has a good time. Despite the handicap.
So, you've had it serviced and all that?
Oh, yeah, that's all sorted.
Good, good. Oh, do I owe you anything for that, by the way, the service?
No, that's all included.
Sure?
I'm sure. Look, I've filled
Oh, no, hang on. First things first. Now, 2.5 they said, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right, 2.5.
Made out to...
MVV Motors, please.
Thought it was just you.
Oh, it is, yeah. The boss just wants it to go through the books. Sorry, it's just what he said. It's funny that way, you know.
Yes, I do know. Well, I'm sorry for all your trouble, Kevin, but you can tell your mate that it's not quite what I'm looking for.
Oh, hey, come on, you...
No, I'm sorry. I just don't make out any checks to Mike Baldwin.
Look, it's just what he said.
I'm sorry. I don't care how big or small his percentage is, he's not getting it.
It's nothing like...
I'm sorry.
Suppose you better take this back then, have you?
Oh, no, that was for your trouble.
Can't keep that if you're not keeping the car.
Kevin, I've got nothing against you. That's for your trouble.
Ken, I'm sorry, but I can't keep it.
You went for a lot of trouble for me.
So buy us a drink sometime, all right?
Yeah, well, okay. That's what you want.
You're lucky. He had a real good one. Just come in.
Oh, you've got one already.
45 and a real bargain. Came out of a very high-class wreck.
What are you on about? Oh, Steve's got me a radio for Derek's car.
Auto reverse cassette, self-seeking, the lot.
How do you mean out of a wreck? Do you mean out of a crash car?
That's right, that's why they're so cheap.
Well, they'd have to be for me and all. I mean, I wouldn't want a radio somebody killed themselves on motorway trying to tune.
Oh, that's right, Rita. Go and put me off.
Well, I mean, suppose it's been damaged in its accident. All it's in is mangled.
Well, if it don't work, you have my no quibble money-back guarantee. But it does work. I've tried it.
And Derek can fit one of these, can he? I mean, connect it up and everything.
Oh, you have to be careful. Tell him get the polarity right, or just blow the transistors. That's it, it's just gas then. It's negative Earth, but he probably knows that.
Oh, well, I'm not sure Derek's that well up on all that sort of thing. Could you fit it?
I think that's what he's trying to tell you, Mavis.
And my charges are very reasonable. It's going back to lead betters, isn't it?
Why, what's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with it. He just don't want it, does he?
I don't know. Some people just seem to want to mess you about, don't they, Kev?
Well, he was writing a flaming cheque out till I told him.
And so?
So he said, who shall I make it payable to? I said, MBB Motors, please. He said, right, I don't want it. I said, he's got to go through you. He said, stuff it. There's something going on between you two, ain't there?
Well, if there is, it was a bargain at 2.5.
Yeah, well, I reckon he wouldn't have it if you was giving it him.
Maybe not. That's his problem, though, isn't it? Yep, that's his problem.
So, shall I whip it back then, or what?
What do they want for it, 2.3?
Yeah.
Well, if I can knock them down a bit, we might keep it ourselves. Make a few bob. Don't rush.
So what exactly is it, then? The needle between you two?
You better ask him. He's the one that's bothered.
I mean, look at the flowers. They don't hang about waiting for a better class of bee. They just spread the petals and get on with it, don't they?
Well, if I wake up in the morning and find I've turned into a chrysanthemum, I'll definitely take your advice.
Right, I shall tell you something now I have noticed over the
Oh,
years.
here we go. The great philosopher speaks. Rochdale's answer to Socrates.
Yeah, well, he's got now to do with football, you see, clever clogs. See, listen, most old maids, feature for feature, and more often than not, are good-looking, or have been, like yourself. But because they didn't get out there right away and click at the right time, something funny happens. It is chemical. The attraction goes, and they find they can't click anymore.
Oh, and what's this, another of Duckworth's great theories, is it?
No, no. There is naught as attractive as knowing you're attractive.
You find this, do you, Jack?
Well, yes, I am not being bigoted when I say, yes, I am speaking from experience, yes.
You're speaking from a very peculiar part of your anatomy, if you ask me.
Hey,
Yes, Ken.
hey.
I've obviously got an emergency, Jack. So what do? Just pick a name out the phone book?
Well, I'd try the yellow pages if I was you. Look under painters and decorators. They come out at any time, you know.
Jacko, I'd like a word with you in the back. Now.
Is it something I've
What have you been putting round about me, Jacko?
No.
Let me hear you say that again.
No.
And again.
No.
That's a very wise answer, Jack. Because if I hear you putting 2 and 2 together again, I don't care what you think it comes to. You'll be out of here very fast. And you might just find you've got 2 missing when you go.
Oh, hi.
Hey. Hey, you might have mentioned it.
Mention what?
What you're about to mention.
God.
Well, it comes to taking up with somebody who's got Audrey Roberts for a best friend. So, what do you want to do? I mean, do you want me to give Tracy your present, or do you want to give it to her yourself before you go? That's no skin off my nose either way. Might be off Tracy's, though.
Look, this is ridiculous. So far, it's no more than a nice idea. And yes, I was going to mention Tracy. I mean, what do you think?
Oh,
Mind?
I honestly don't know. I mean, she's at that age where there's no telling. She might cry her eyes out, or she might not even notice.
Well, I could give her a present before and then spend some time with it New Year, if that's okay with you.
You better take it up with Tracy. I mean, it's all parties at New Year.
Yeah, anyway, I mean, it's not definite I'll be away. There's nothing fixed at all.
Just a mad impulse, was it?
Well, an impulse. I don't think it's mad exactly. I have had worse impulses at this time of the year.
You know, it was a very nice idea, that, Mavis. Been driving me mad, that thing.
Well, I know you like it for company on the motorway and everything.
Oh, yes, there's nothing like a blast of Luciano when you're caught up in a contraflow.
By now, the pirates were having fun.
There you go.
Oh, snapshots of each other, relaxing on their voyage of crime. One even brought his girlfriend along.
Hey,
the Silver
try the
Med,
cassette.
under a variety of
Which one?
fictitious names, had now
Luciano.
become a ghost ship. Abandoning the original crew on an island, it plied the China Sea, masquerading.
Magnifico!
Well, I must say you're improving in your old age.
What do you mean?
We never went away.
Oh, no. But then, well, I mean, you were never a creature of impulse, were you?
Me? I wasn't.
Well, you're not.
Ken, you are the only bloke I know who irons a crease in his pullovers. You are not a creature of impulse.
Yeah, well, better let this drop.
Yeah, okay. Do you fancy another?
No, honestly, I've got a lot of marketing. But look,
Oh, did you see young Steve?
Yes, he's done it.
What, the radio, you mean? Oh, yes, it's very good. It's in. Can you get one for you as well, then?
Well, Audrey mentioned it, and I just said, and he's turned up with one.
Auto-reverse, self-seeking. It's very flash.
What do you pay for that, then?
Well, strictly speaking, it was a present from Mavis, but I happened to know it was 45.
Well, you did very well, then. I paid him 40. Man, I've got auto-reverse and self-seeking up like that. It's very, very basic.
Look at the brand tub, I suppose. Or Mavis's charm.
I mean...
There's one. Did she have something to say to you?
Yes. I think they would call it a riot act.
What's all this about a decorator?
I am saying nothing. I've got a cellar to see to. I'll be at periscope depth the rest of the evening.
Do you think she's... Is that what he's saying, her and the decorator?
I think that's what he's saying. But when you start believing Oak, Jack says. Cheers, thank you.
Oh, Mr. Barlow. Thanks very much. You did me a favour there.
Well, if not doing business with you is a favour, my pleasure.
Passed up a nice little bargain there. I thought to myself, right, if Barlow's not having it, I will. Make myself a nice little profit, thanks.
As long as it's not from me.
I looked at that car and I thought, too good for Barlow, this. I'll have it off him.
Really? My word, aren't you clever?
Clever enough to know a bargain when I see it. And I'm also clever enough to get my hands on it.
Mind, the last good thing threw you out, didn't she? Maybe you're slipping.
I wouldn't bet on it. See, I've decided there's something else that's too good for you, Barlow. And I'll have her off you as well. And you can bet on that.
And the needling continues Friday at 7:30.
Goulding to feed. And Gunn can get down. Again. Well, the hooker goes off and Salford win the ball against the head. Williams to Gilfillan. Well held by Ford. But still adventurous play here from Salford, swinging this ball left to right. Kerry. They've contributed to a good game. Reid. Hansen couldn't take it. This is the time, John, when you do have handling problems, isn't it? When you know you're playing catch-up rugby.
Well, it's all or nothing now for Salford. They've just got to take the chances, but that's the way they've been playing throughout this Regal Trophy competition, and you know, they've taken a lot of chances. They've thrown the ball around. They've had to go with the ball in their hands. Unfortunately today for them, but the passes haven't stuck.
Paul Dixon had a very influential second row, this Great Britain international. £110,000 signing from Halifax a couple of seasons ago. 2 tours in '88 and 1990, this number 12. Malloy. Just 3 minutes left. Leeds looking for the place in the Riedel Trophy final. 22 points to 15. Mike O'Neill again. The pace of this prop forward coming through wide on the outside. Schofield. Powell. Goulding. Looking for an enormous drop goal. Doesn't find it. Finds Steve Gibson. Plays it himself. You can do if nobody's marking, and gains valuable ground. McWaddle. All credit to this Salford pack. David Young, Lee, Stasiker, Hansen, Blees and McWaddle haven't given up hope, still plugging away in midfield. Kerry to Bradshaw. End-to-end rugby. Still Salford, move it around, looking desperately for points. That's a good ball! Burkitt! Almost like a juggler. Took the ball there, the 5th tackle. The last effort here for Salford, surely. Hansen to Williams. It's lost. And David Young doesn't quite make it.
Just looking at the play that's come over this side, that, you know, it's unfortunate that Adrian Hadley went off with that injury, because he might have been able to score a couple of tries down this sideline.
Yes, I think Hadley's injury certainly cost Salford on this near side. Well, there is the man of the match, as Alex Murphy so confidently predicted. Gary Schofield. The number of times he's picked up them, £150 and a commemorative tankard. He's certainly been instrumental in this second half revival for Leeds. Just coming up to this final hooter. Schofield beats his man. To Evans.
There's been plenty of good players out here today, Ray. There's, you know, Schofield's not on his own, and you know, the decision at half-time for Schofield and Goulding to move the ball wide and get out of that battlefield area, which was the middle of the ruck, has certainly paid dividends for Leeds.
Certainly has, and all credit to both of these two sides. Salford, the surprise side of the season, made Leeds fight all the way. But Leeds, twice winners of this trophy, they beat Salford in 73, Widnes in 84. Only David Creaser, a survivor from that 1984 side, so a new experience for many of these Leeds players. Good dummy from McWaddle. Still Salford, looking for points. Burkitt. And that's what happens when you need points. You've got to throw the ball around, you've got to move it. And Marvin Edwards hanging about there ready to pick it up. Forward, responding to the roars and the cheers, and there's the hooter. Leeds through to the first major final in 4 seasons, and the first under new coach Doug Lawton. And that man, number 6, Gary Schofield, they have a lot to thank him for. They've spent millions of pounds in the last 3 seasons, and at last some success seems to be coming the way of those fans. They'll have to wait until December the 21st to see whether it's St Helens or Widnes in the final. But a tremendous effort.
Well, Gary Schofield, you must be a very, very happy man. That was a wonderful performance.
Yeah, very proud, Alex. The first 40 minutes wasn't really down to our game plan. Salford rushed into things and made us make mistakes. And I think it shows the spirit and the commitment the Leeds side have got nowadays. And we're very happy we got through to Regal Trophy final.
Well, I've made it now. You've never been in front in any of the matches you've played, but you've always come out the winners. Is that an omen?
Not really, mate. No, I think it gives Doug a lot of nightmares. And you know, we are slow times until we get into our game plan. All credit to Salford, they play very well, but I'm proud of my boys the way they fought back.
Well, Gary, you must be a very happy man. Congratulations, and thanks very much for the interview.
Pleasure, Alex. Thank you.
We'll see whether it's St Helens or Widnes in the final. Join us on Grandstand in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, Leeds 22, Salford 15.
Yes, it's been a great competition, hasn't it, so far, in that second semi-final. St Helens and Woodness live on Grandstand in a fortnight's time. Rugby union results coming up, but in today's soccer, well, it was in doubt for a while, but it now looks as if Leeds United are set to remain on top of the First Division tonight. They're leading by 2-0 at bottom place Luton Town. Rod Wallace and Gary Speed, the scorers for Leeds. And Manchester United well in control of their match with Coventry United, leading by 4-0. Mark Hughes, the latest scorer after 82 minutes. Headline makers in the FA Cup second round, well, there aren't too many of them, but the non-league headline makers, well, possibly Kettering. They're leading by 2-1 at 4th Division Maidstone. And little Farnborough from the GM Vauxhall Conference, they're still a goal up at 3rd Division Torquay. Torquay 0, Farnborough 1. All the details as they come in on the video printer in just a moment. Let's check those rugby union results, though, first.
Well, first, the Courage Clubs Championship, Division 1. Bath 15 points, Northampton 6. London Irish 7, Orrell 21. Nottingham 14, Leicester 27. Rosslyn Park 12, Harlequins 24. Saracens 13, Bristol 4. Wasps 17, Rugby 10. The National Scottish League, Division 1, Edinburgh Academicals 33, Watsonians 7. Gala 16, Melrose 28. Glasgow High 32, West of Scotland 19. Heriot 16, Curry 14. Jed Forest against Stewarts and Selkirk against Boroughmuir, both postponed. Stirling County 14, Hoyk 3. And the National Welsh League, Division 1, Bridgend 0, Newbridge 25. Llanelli 21, Pontypool 21. Maesteg 6, Cardiff 31. Neath 18, Newport 7. Pontypridd 9, Swansea 27.
And rugby special tomorrow afternoon, 5:05 BBC 2, concentrates on the Bath Northampton match and a preview of the varsity match also. And don't forget, you can see the whole of that varsity match live from Twickenham next Tuesday afternoon, starting at 10 to 2. And incidentally, for those that need to know, Oxford beat Cambridge today in the 101st varsity cross-country race, which took place on Wimbledon Common this afternoon. Concentrate on the top of the First Division now. Leeds United 2-0 up, as I mentioned, at bottom place Luton. That match still going on, but we'll join Gerald Sinstaff.
Just a couple of minutes left. Leeds don't always look like the best team in the land, but they keep getting the results that maintain their position at the top. Today they chipped and chipped at the Luton defence until twice in 3 minutes in the second half it toppled. Goals from Rod Wallace and Gary Speed. As it happened, Gary McAllister wasn't directly concerned in either, but his has been the dominant influence in the victory. As for Luton, who just had a shot well beaten away, the acquisition of some experienced heads is easing some of the pressure on their youngsters, but there's not a lot of time. Before the year end, Luton have 3 successive home games against Arsenal, Coventry and Chelsea. If they go the way this one has, the Premier League will be a disappearing dream.
Luton Town looking set to stretch their run to 14 matches now without a win. Meanwhile, at the other end of the First Division, Manchester United really keeping up the pace with Leeds United. Manchester United 4-0 up against Coventry City, watched by David Davis.
Yes, a game won and lost in 15 minutes midway through the first half. 3 United goals as the Coventry defence was cut to shreds. Steve Bruce forcing home a Giggs free kick. Neil Webb's lob from Pallister's pass, worth the admission money on its own. A resurgent McClare tapping in his 12th goal of the season as well. The Soviet Kanchelskis rather than Ryan Giggs today, along with Neil Webb, the pick of a United side, high on confidence and creating several more clear chances. Coventry clinging on for long periods, wasting a couple of chances themselves, and thankful to Grizovic as well. In truth, a poor second half, Hughes adding a 4th, but a match watched by almost 43,000, including the tannoy told us one fan who chose Old Trafford instead of the birth of his twins. That's United. It's 4-0 to them with about a couple of minutes to go.
OK, scores and score flashes now coming in on the video printer. Some full-time scores. Leicester City have equalised against Millwall. That's a score flash from the second division. Colin Gordon after 83 minutes. Full-time scores from the second round of the FA Cup. Preston 5, Whitton 0. And Torquay, you see there, a score flash. Torquay have equalised against Farnborough from the Vauxhall Conference. Mark Lorham with just 3 minutes left. And that was after Farnborough had taken a 30-minute lead through Simon Reed. And a reminder of the earlier result from the FA Cup second round. Enfield 1, Barnet 4. So Barnet through to tonight's third round draw. Scottish Premier, Falkirk 0, Motherwell 1. And we're hearing that Luton 0, Leeds United 2 is now a result. Also in the Scottish Premier, Hibernian 0, St Mirren 0. So Leeds confirmed as staying top of the First Division tonight. Latest score from the Scottish Premier, Falkirk 0, Motherwell 1. That's a result from the Scottish Premier. Doug Arnott was the scorer there after 36 minutes. Second Division, Oxford United 1, Blackburn Rovers 3. Problems mounting for Oxford. Problems off the field after the Maxwell Empire collapsed this week and beaten at home this afternoon by Blackburn, who are going so well under Kenny Dalglish. Scottish First, Morton 0, Partick 1. Division 2, Charlton 1, Barnsley 1. FA Cup second round, Wigan 2, Stockport 0. Brian Griffiths and Gary Powell for Wigan. Earlier result from the second division, and the leaders there were held. Cambridge United held 2 apiece at Bristol Rovers, but we await the Middlesbrough scoreline at home to Swindon. 2-2 last we heard. Back to the FA Cup. Crewe 2, Chester 0. Craig Hignett set Crewe on their way. Right, we'll head up to the all third division match. We've got a final score, I believe, at Bolton and Bradford.